Guys, welcome to Welding for Beginners. Today we're going to test an Amazon welder. Yeah, who would have thought, right? Amazon sells welders. It's pretty cool. But we're going to test the WELDPRO MIG 155 welder today. We bought it on Amazon, like I said, for $435 delivered to our shop. It's a pretty cool welder. From what I see, it's a combination welder, so you could stick weld, you could MIG flux core, and you could gas metal arc weld with it. So a couple different processes. I'm really excited to see what it's capable of. So let's dive in and let's see what it can do. Here, I found two pieces of scrap. This is 1.5 inch square tubing. It's 1/8 inch wall, and we're gonna start welding it. I got the pieces prepped, ground down, got all the mill scale off where I'm gonna weld. And we're gonna test it out, see what it's capable of. So let's jump right in. I'm gonna tack the pieces together, and then we're gonna weld it. So we just got done testing the WELDPRO MIG 155. There were definitely some cons, and there were a couple pros too. So some of the cons, the spool of wire that they sent with this machine was really rough. When I got it all put through the machine, put through the whip, it welded really choppy. You could tell that this spool wasn't put together really well. It was almost like somebody just hand rolled it up, and it's not tight. It's not really well put together at all. So I went and got another small spool of wire and put it in from a local welding supply, and it seemed to run a little bit better. Another con with this welder, when I plugged it in to a 110, which there's an adapter from a 220 to a 110, as soon as I plugged it in, it tripped the breaker instantly. So they give you that adapter, but it doesn't really work. So I had to weld with a 220. And a standard home doesn't necessarily have a 220. So for a beginner welder, it might be kind of tough to deal with this welder. You might have a lot more headaches than actual success with it. A couple pros though, it is lightweight. So it's really easy to kind of move around and handle, and it's a multi-function welder. So, meaning it could gas metal arc weld, so you connect gas to it and weld, and it's a flux core machine, as well as you could stick weld. So overall, I wouldn't recommend this welder to a beginner welder. An advanced welder like me had quite the time trying to get this thing dialed in. And towards the end, it was welding decent, but it wasn't welding as smooth as I would have liked. And I tried different settings. I tried my wire speed higher and lower, and my volts higher and lower, and I just didn't get a good consistent weld with it. At times, it would weld really smooth, and then it would get really choppy, and then it would weld really smooth, and it would get really choppy. So to save yourself some headache, I wouldn't necessarily recommend the WELDPRO. There are other welders out there that you could probably get for cheaper or the same price that will weld better. So I don't necessarily recommend this. But anyway, thanks for watching. This is the review on the WELDPRO 155 that I got on Amazon.